Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at Silence Priest. And this is my final version of Silence Priest for Rise of Shadows metagame. You can call it a budget deck, it only costs 1500 dust, but this is the Silence Priest. This is the best Silence Priest list that I was able to come up with, and it's seriously good. This is definitely a legend viable deck. You can play this to legend right now, today if you wish, and just a fabulous deck to play. The final breakthrough came when I got my extra arms, and I added Spellbreaker, and I added Convincing Infiltrator. This pushed one more silence effect into the deck, and that one more silence effect has been crucial. That just allows me to silence stuff like Edwin much more reliably. So I have spare silence effects to spend on opponents' minions, as well as silencing my own stuff. And Convincing Infiltrator, getting a third taunt minion, has also really helped out the deck. Helps defend your other minions, helps defend my face a little bit from Wagglepick. As for the archetype in general, Silence Priest is a very aggressive deck. It's an aggressive deck that plays overstated minions. Ancient Watcher, Arcane Watcher, Hengeclan Shadequill. All of these have some sort of downside, most of them can't even attack as such, but you're able to silence them, so you remove the downsides. You have Dalaran Librarian, you have Silence, then you have Spellbreaker. And finally you have Unsleeping Soul, which not only silences a minion, but also summons a copy of it. So with all of these resources, you very rapidly build a board of 4-5 and 5-6 and 5-5 or 5-6 or 5-7, 4-7 minions. Just big minions that are difficult to get rid of. And those minions can then trade as needed, and they can hit a lot of face. And finally, you also have the combo in the deck. There's Divine Spirit and there's Inner Fire. So you have the ability to make one big minion and use that to push. But you typically hit with those 5-4 damage minions already a few times. So just making something like a 14-14 is typically going to be lethal with this deck. You can also use Divine Spirit on one of your minions and then use Faceless Rager to copy that. So then you have two high health minions on the board with a bit lower attack, but then if you happen to draw Inner Fire at any point, you're good to go. Another fairly nice Inner Fire trick is with the Witchwood Grizzly, 3/12, but with a battle cry to lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. But this loss is not permanent. If you silence your Witchwood Grizzly, it regains that health, so then it will be a 3/12 again. So then you can buff it up after that and use that to hit phase 2. The deck has limited card draw, but there is some. There is no Notchai Cleric, also a great 1-drop as such, 1/3, good stat line. And there's Powered Shield, which is a cantrip, so it just draws you 1 card. With Cleric you can often draw lots of cards, because you can play Cleric and you can heal your stuff. And you can take value trades and use Circle of Healing. Heal up a bunch of minions at the same time. Get a number of cards with the Cleric. Excellent stuff. The deck also has more uses for Circle of Healing, because Circle of Healing just for that card draw, just for healing, felt that it needed more purposes for the deck. And there's also Orkney Soul Priest, so Orkney Circle you can also get rid of a bunch of minions on the board. And Orkney Soul Priest also turns your hero power into a lethal weapon, so you can use that to ping face or to ping away some minions. Overall, it's a fairly straightforward deck, but there's a lot of these interesting little things you can do with the Powered Shields and the Divine Spirits and copies, and just choosing what to silence your own stuff, the opponent's stuff. Overall a really fun deck to play. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're always in every matchup, in every situation, you're looking for Notchai Cleric, Ancient Watcher, Dalaran Librarian and Arcane Watcher. Those 4 cards are your basic mulligan with this deck. Then after that it starts to depend a little. If you have some of these pieces, you can try to keep other pieces that synergize with them. Like maybe you want to keep Arcane Watcher and Unsleeping Soul. It might be good in some matchups. Play Arcane Watcher on 3, Unsleeping Soul on 4. I would keep Witchwood Grizzly generally against Rogue, because there usually comes a point where I just can't take more Wagglepick hits to the face. And other cards might be useful, like I have sometimes kept Powered Shield when I have had like Ancient Watcher, Dalaran Librarian. Then play Watcher on 2, Librarian and Powered Shield on 3. So beyond your 4 basic mulligan cards, you take a look at, okay, what do I have, and if some of that synergizes really well with the hand that you're given, you can try to keep that too. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Silence Priest. in action. I'm not keeping a silence. I want to find my librarian and more big minions. And then I want to hit him in the face. That's the plan. Let's go. Watcher time. I don't have a play for 3. I don't particularly want to powered shield the Watcher before the silence. Oh, that's a minion. And with this hand, I believe I'm playing it. And then I'm also powered shielding this. And hitting the mage in the face. The mage might have a voodoo doll. Or he might not. Who knows? Voodoo doll is getting more common in mage lists at the moment. And that's a bit of a problem. Why did he ping it? I do not know. When I'm playing an Arcane Watcher and I'm hitting him in the face a little bit more. Is there a reason for me to play powered shield here? Yeah, I think I can probably draw from this again. I suppose this is okay. Okay, I don't mind a Scale Worm. Scale Worm is fine. So I could play the Convincing Infiltrator. Then I can't hit him in the face. And he can just use Scale Worm and ping to kill it. Unless I trade the Scale Worm. But if I trade the Scale Worm, then what's the whole point? Scale Worm can also hit here and this can be pinged. I could also trade the Scale Worm and silence the Arcane Watcher and use the Arcane Watcher to hit face. This will be at 3 health. That's fine. I think I'll do that. This one trades the Scale Worm. I silence the Arcane Watcher goes face. I'm not using the circle here. He has up to 6 mana at his disposal at the moment. That's not a circle. That is not a circle move yet. Just to heal this one. He might be running mind control techs, and I don't want to have 4 minions for him to use those on. More Divine Spirits, but then what? I mean, I could trade away this one into the MC tech. I have 13 damage. What? I have 15 damage. With the Orc, can I? Okay. Sorry, I didn't even realize that I have lethal. I can just ping him in the face. I'm not keeping a silence against Rogue even though there's a risk of Edwin. I have so many silence effects in the deck. There's always a better way. Not always. Sometimes there is no better way. Oh, but now we're going to lose. We are facing a rogue who kept all the cards. And I didn't find... I did find Organized Circle. Organized Circle is my secret weapon. If there's no big Edwin coming now, I might be able to pull this through. Probably not though. Rogue who keeps all the cards is like the scariest thing in the world. Yeah. My cards came just a little bit late. Is he going to go with the Waggle Big play next turn? Then I need to go with the Organized Circle. It's the Shade Quill. Let's see. Maybe he trades. Or maybe he goes face and has Waggle Pick and Waggle Pick and stuff. Just a sap. Well, sap buys him time. Oh no, now it's the Edwin play. Not an Edwin, but this is getting too much. Next turn, neither of these even dies to Organized Circle anymore. Need to get the Grizzly in front of them. He just used the sap. The odds that he has a second sap are pretty low. If one of those takes damage, I have an Orkney clear for next turn. If just one of those hits into the Grizzly. He had 2 saps. I guess I died then. Yeah, I don't think there's a way for me to win this one. That was just a bit too much. I have to pull the trigger on the Orkney circle here. Because I can't afford to take all this damage. But I still think I'm dead. Both saps gone means that Grizzly becomes a little bit better. But I don't think it's going to be enough. 2 lackeys in hand too. Well, this was a rogue who kept his entire opening hand, so you have to remember that. We're playing against the best deck in the game, who kept every card he was offered, so that has got to be pretty good. He's going to dagger down the Orkney, right? And there's no reason not to. And he probably has that 14 pretty quickly. He might have that 14 next turn. And he has 9 cards in hand, so my Grizzly is useless. And he's going face with everything. Yeah, I don't think there's a way. I can make a couple of minions, but 10 from hand is lethal. Leroy Eviscerate is lethal. So many lethal outs for him. I think I still need to do this line. The alternative was to play a minion and heal up. But I didn't think that was going to be very strong. 10 cards in hand. Well, there's a discovered spell, there's a lackey, there's Vagelpick, there's 2 pirates.
And plunder. Blood and plunder.
This makes this hand a little bit smaller, so I get to play my Grizzly. I mean, you're hitting face, what else would you ever do here? Even more lackeys. Okay. So I'm going to need my Grizzly. But my Grizzly isn't even enough of a defense. Because of all those cards in hand. But without the Grizzly I'm just dead on board, so I still have to play it. I have to heal my face too. But I think I'm just dead. I mean, come on. Just that refill. He drew 7 cards in this game. 7 cards in 7 turns. That was just so much. Oh, he had that. Then he had 2 saps and a random assassinate. So what's there not to like? This hand might actually be okay. Let's give this a try. I might have mulliganed the shield away. We'll see. Now I have the option to coin the Arcane Watcher. That way I can challenge a Tug, if he has a Tug. I think I'm going for that. Originally I was planning Arcane Watcher on 3 into Unsleeping Soul on 4. But now if he plays the Henge Clan Tug, I can just play the Lantern Librarian and Powered Shield on the Arcane Watcher after that. Okay, I'm loving this so far. Oh, that Ancient Watcher. Well, it's going to be for another time. Just Librarian. Kill his Miscreant. Powered Shield this one, so that it's more difficult to remove. Okay, so he got the 2 lackeys, but he doesn't get bounces from the Miscreant now. Shark Spirit. That's scary stuff. Time to play a Shade Quill, I believe. Punch him in the face a little bit. Let's see what happens next. Oh, summon 2 Teardrops. Wow. Excellent synergy with the Lackey. Now if he has the Rush Lackey too. Well, he can't actually do a whole lot with that. He can do a little. He has the Rush Lackey. Ah, how funny is that? Value trading.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
Well, okay. He rolled pretty high then. Now we definitely need a silence effect. Oh, that is a silence effect. Probably have to sacrifice the 5/5 in that one, right? Yeah, that's what it looks like. This one needs to go there. This one needs to kill the shark. And this one silences the Edwin. There is a chance that he can bounce the Edwin. But I can't take 10 anyway. So I still have to silence it now. We'll see if he has any shadow steps. Okay, so far so good. I'd say we're doing pretty well at the moment. You can obviously heal up by killing the Shade Quill, but I suppose that is acceptable.
I wonder.
4 cards in hand, so I'm being offered a chance to play Grizzly, but I have like Unsleeping Soul on this and an Ancient Watcher. That actually isn't bad.
Wonder.
And I'm going to go for that one. Let's Unsleeping Soul this. Play an Ancient Watcher. Trade away the biggest minion or trade away the Edwin. Edwin is scary if it's bounced. I'll trade away the Edwin. I'm more scared of the bounced Edwin. This is a 3/3, but any of these minions can kill a 3/3. I just don't want him to be bouncing that Edwin.
Blood and plunder.
And he's just about out of tricks now. He might still have a sap. Sap can still win, right? So if I leave him with 6 on board, and he has Sap and Leroy, he wins. But if he has 8 on board, and I'm at 13, that's the same situation. Kill that. Kill this. Play a Grizzly. Grizzly has 10 health. I'll Divine Spirit the Grizzly. I will lose to Sap, but with the 20 health Grizzly, that means that Sap is the only out. I think I'll lose to Sap anyway, even if I don't Divine Spirit the Grizzly now. But now Sap is the only out. Nothing else beats me except for Sap. He wants to do Myras. 14 plus, yeah. But he dies. This is the best Silence Priest. There might be something in Vargot and Mind Blast, but that would require multiple changes to the deck. There might be something that you could do with that. But I think this is probably the best. I mean, if I start putting in legendaries, then maybe there's something that I can find. Now, SI7 agent, face tank that, would be very, very, very good. We're about to see what happens. That one into a size 7 agent would be pretty good too. I don't need raiding party. So, okay. I don't think that was nearly as good though. So I have the option to draw cards, but I don't want to. This is not the time to draw cards. I can trade, I can draw. Then how do I kill the double 3/3 taunts that are coming next turn? I just don't. Well, I'm not killing them right now either, because he can kill the Watcher. Nah. This is better. Because then the Wagglebeak has to go into the Watcher, or the taunts will die. Otherwise the Wagglebeak is going to my face.
And plunder. Blood and plunder.
He cares not for the taunts. I want to start drawing. Do I spend 3 mana first?
Is someone injured?
I think I do. But we're drawing. I could not find the pieces that I really wanted. I could use another librarian anyway. This is okay. So I have 13 on the board. I would have needed an inner fire, which I didn't find. So that gives him an out. He can still win. That Grizzly is going to be really important. I could try to draw 14. That's still not lethal. Need to go in with the Grizzly. We'll see what happens.
Right away.
Okay. He can have sap. He needs like... Well, he didn't have a prep for the raiding party, right? But he could have drawn prep afterwards. That's possible. That is not a sap. That's good. So there's... What pirate does he have in the deck? No, he has a Wagglebeak, of course. No pirates. That's second Wagglebeak.
Ha, this guy's toast.
I have 9. Ouch. I may have just died. 10, 12. We're about to find out. I will need to heal my face, of course. Can't draw. So I want to heal my face. Then I have 5 mana left over. So I can make another 4 or 5. I could also make a 5/5. I can make a 5/6. I can always silence it next turn.
Is someone injured?
Okay. Does he have 17 damage? I know he has Wagglepick. I know he has a 1 mana SI7 agent. But I don't think that's going to be 17, right?
Ha, this guy's toast.
I think it's very unlikely. And it wasn't. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.